Hi, this is Tyrone, and welcome to another edition of The Agent. This week's episode is titled La Fiesta en La Habana, a party in Havana. Many years ago at a New Year's Eve party in Havana, Cuba, someone called out my name. I was at one of those so called illegal parties that you would only find out about by going to La Cafeteria, a cafe that locals and tourists would go to have a beer or coffee, then wait for the local taxi to come by shouting La Fiesta, for which five or six of us would scramble into the car paying $1 each to get to the undisclosed location where the party would be held that night. Generally, it's at someone's house, a schoolyard, in a field, or just about anywhere. The locals would pay in pesos to get in, generally not much, but for foreigners it would be around $3. So that night I tried to pass as a local, paying in pesos. However, the drag queen at the door told me I had to pay $3. I responded, no, yo soy cubano. I am Cuban. Without blinking a lash, she said, sí, mi amor, soy cubano, pero cubana internacional. Yes, my love, you're Cuban, but an international Cuban. God bless her. I had to laugh and fork out the $3. Later, I was talking to some friends at the party when someone with an American accent called out my name. Tyrone Barrington. I was alarmed, actually mortified, because I thought I was in trouble, busted for being in Cuba. The person excitedly said, Tyrone. I answered, see? I had not heard much English the entire time I was there, so it was strange to hear an American accent. The person responded, it's Phil. I looked at him. It was this blonde dude, American dude, laughing. I was perplexed and confused. He said something like, thank God you speak Spanish. I was still confused until he said, it's Phil the photographer, you don't remember me? Then he proceeded to remind me that many years ago, when he first moved to New York, as a photographer, he visited the agency I was working at with a portfolio of photos that were, in his words, horrible, not good at all. I was representing some of the biggest models in the industry, so he had come hoping that I could help him by letting him test some of the models. He said I gave him some tips and allowed him to shoot some of my top models, even though they didn't need the photos. Apparently, those tests paid off as he became a successful working photographer. He had been in Spain shooting a job and was scheduled to go to Brazil to spend New Year's Eve, but at the last minute, he changed his mind and decided to go to Cuba instead. The amazing thing was, I did not remember him or all the things that he said I did for him. You see, sometimes God has a strange way of reminding us of the kindness we've shown to others, even in strange places and years later after we've forgotten. Can you imagine? God chose a place out in a field, far from everything, on New Year's Eve in Havana to have Phil come to remind me of something I did. A reminder that serving others is the same as serving God. I think of the 10 lepers that was ostracized from society and had to walk on the other side of the street. One day Jesus was passing by and saw them. They cried out to him for help, and moved with compassion, he told them to go and show themselves to the priest. Along the way, they saw that they were healed. Excited, they kept going, but one stopped and decided to turn back to say thank you to the Lord. The others kept going. Phil changing his plans to go to Havana instead of Brazil was a divine gift from God. You see, God sees everything we do for others and sends reminders to encourage us to continue to do His will, especially to the least of these, those that cannot pay us back. Today, give without expecting anything in return, and love without ceasing. To Christ be all honor and glory. Until next time, have a blessed weekend. Shabbat Shalom. God bless you. Bye-bye.